And I'll ask for quiet on set, everybody, as we're settling. Thank you. Moments of settling. There we go. All right. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Hi, Maya.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being part of this project.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm Maya Woulfe. I am 26 years old and I grew up in Arizona. I've been in LA for a little, almost 5 years now. And I'm an artist. That's why I moved to LA, actually, to pursue my artistic endeavors. I'm a visual artist. I'm a writer. I write poetry and screenplays. And I'm starting to make music too.
Very cool.
Yeah. I've been a sex worker since I was 18. So I've kind of just gone through all different types of sex work. I've been a stripper, I've been a cam girl, I've been maybe I shouldn't say those things. I've been a phone sex operator. I've been a fetish dungeon worker. I've seen and done it all. And then in 2020, the fetish dungeon I was working at closed. And I had already built a little bit of a following for myself on Instagram, and I had some agencies reach out to me and try and recruit me. And then I kind of did my research from there and joined the industry. Well, I love this community. It's all the people I've met have been, a lot of the people I've met have been really great and kind and welcoming, and sex work can be kind of lonely. So having a community of people around you that are kind of all within the same, boat, I guess I would say, that's a good feeling. I remember the first time I masturbated with it wasn't a toy because I couldn't buy sex toys yet, but I had this massage thing that I used for the first time, and I put it on my clit, and that's the first time I remember ever kind of jacking off with something besides just my fingers. And I just remember ever since then I've loved heavy vibrational toys because it makes you orgasm really, really quickly. And I had never orgasmed before, so I was oh wow, this is great. That was definitely the first time I orgasmed, because I remember playing with my fingers and stuff like that, and even inserting a little bit of insertion, but it didn't make me come because I didn't know what to do yet. I hadn't had sex yet, so I didn't I was just I was fumbling essentially, just kind of figuring things out. But then with the vibrator, you just it just does everything for you.
And what happened after you had that first kind of oh moment? Did that spark
Oh my god, I jerked off so many times. Yeah, I was this is great. Why haven't I been doing this sooner? I feel a lot of the time people have in their head this idea of what sex should be, but I'm a strong believer in communicating with your partner and asking them what they like and what they want. And I feel a lot of the time people just make the assumption that the other person should just know, and then they're not satisfied per se. And it's well, it's maybe if you talked to that person and communicated with them and told them, instead of just hoping that they're gonna do the one thing that you love without giving them any sort of direction. Oh god, that's a lot. I don't even know where to start with that question. Especially as a sex worker, you have a very different relationship with sex than most people ever have or ever will have. I don't know, especially if you're seeking something outside of work, intimacy with a partner outside of work while you are a sex worker is very interesting to navigate. And it takes, again, a lot of communication and stuff like that. I know. I started seeing someone, and like I haven't really been masturbating a lot since then. I feel very like sexually satisfied. But before then, I jerked off like every day. I use toys a lot. I like I said, like heavy vibration toys. Like I have a little wand that I brought to show you guys later. It's hard because everybody's gender identity and their sexuality and whatever they may be like going through and trying to like figure out for themselves is so like personal and so affected by like what's coming from in them, but also like their environmental factors. Like I'm pansexual. I've known I've liked the same sex for years, but I grew up being told that being gay was bad. So I didn't have the space to express that. I didn't kiss a girl for a really long time. So it's hard to give someone advice because you don't know what factors in their life are either like inhibiting them from their like expression of sexuality or gender. Just, to the best of your ability, be like true to yourself and the things that you feel. And even if it feels really hard right now, it'll get better.
Thank you so much, Maya, for talking to me today and sharing your insights on these subjects. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to have been here and been able to have this conversation.
So I think we're gonna go maybe do something now that we did just finish talking about. So why don't you go ahead and come off